And welcome back. Welcome back to the Hawker Masters podcast. It's been a very, very, very long time. We've missed you guys so much.
Missed you, man. We've missed you.
But today, the topics are a bit techie still. It might get a bit emotional for certain people. But I think it's something that we definitely need to discuss. So the first topic is mothers that decide to keep the fathers out of their children's lives. Yeah, obviously, there's a lot of different reasons for this. There's a lot of things that we could talk about, a lot of excuses we can make, but we'll get onto that when we start. The second topic we're going to discuss is social housing, because I think most of us had some type of experience with social housing. And then we're going to introduce something brand new to the show, something that we haven't done before. Would you like to tell us about it, Mr. Albert?
Yes, it is. Hello, people. How you doing? I've missed you so much. Yes. Now, I thought, obviously, last season I was a bit, back of the corner, a bit quiet. You know what I'm saying? So, I've come up with my own question quiz. Yeah. But this week will be about music, and we're talking about the throwback music from back in the day. We're gonna go 20s, we're gonna go thousands, we're gonna go 90s, 80s, 70s, maybe even 60s, yeah? And these men are gonna go head to head, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's gonna be maybe 4 rounds, yeah? Each are gonna have 15 questions each, yeah? And the person with the most questions right, you win, you're winning, dub, you're at the top, loser. You gotta say something techie that happened when you were young, like an embarrassing moment. Honestly, like
I know John was not there then. So.
And
I feel like that's the problem is I can't choose which one is probably the best one to say.
Well,
it'll be the worst.
Well. Let's just we got time.
I can't
to
wait
think
to
about
say
that.
it if
We
I
got
lose.
time. We got time.
I won't.
We got time.
I won't lose tonight.
So
I will do it.
Then, as someone as a music teacher,
you might have the edge, bro, because it's about music.
This guy surprised me.
I think you should give me a 5-point head start still.
No. You don't need it because I'm not that good in some ways.
No,
I'm excellent in a lot of ways.
We'll see.
Okay.
That's really, I can't wait for that. Is that going to be the end then? So
obviously, we're going to talk about some stuff that might...
that's what I'm saying, man. We want something to lighten the mood when it's, you know what I'm saying? Like,
all right, so who's going to start the first topic?
Please, Ashley, I think you should start.
I think that's you, Ashley.
I think so too.
Fantastic.
Anyway, thank you for voting for me, guys. I would have voted for me too. I'm not surprised. I'm no disrespect, bro.
No.
There's no disrespect taken.
Otherwise, man, you got a kid. It's understandable, bro.
When you're
I
ready.
do, and let me just put a disclaimer out there that I'm not in that situation. Like, do you get what I'm saying? I do see my child very often. You get me? But seriously though, on a serious note, there was just, you get me? I just want to get some facts straight. Because obviously, I personally do know a good few people that don't get to see their children. You get me? But I do have a kind of a controversial point of view when it comes to this, because I see it in 2 ways, innit? There is obviously a lot of situations where the woman just is overexerting her power and the man doesn't or isn't aware of his legal rights. And that does happen a lot. And then there's obviously situations where I think where I feel like men don't take accountability for, where I feel like certain men that don't see their youths is because they don't have anything valuable to bring to their children's lives. I'm gonna be real. I'm not saying that's a lot in a lot of cases, but I'm saying in some cases it's more down to the fact that you don't bring any value to your child's life. That's why you're not in your child's life. Because personally, I feel like as a man, if you know that you can add value to your child's life by the things you're doing. If you're doing things, you're making money, you got a job, you get what I'm saying?
But
living
then,
a decent
what
life.
if it's the opposite, and if that child values that parent so highly that he might not even have to do much, it's generally just turn up and be there.
That's exactly what I wanted to ask.
That's
Thank
kind
you,
of what I was
Adrian.
gonna.
And we talked about this before, and I agree. What about those? There is a number, whatever statistic it is. There are dads who just want to see their kids, even though they know that, sort of in terms of comparing themselves to others, they feel useless. They feel they can't offer anything but £10 a week, but they're trying. And we'd love to talk to people like that. Because that's
I'm saying,
what
like, in the day, they might not even want much.
People.
They might not even want that much. It's just, why can't my dad just be there? Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's my point. I'm not saying it because I feel like the way I've said it is kind of like I don't have any compassion for them.
No, not at all. I don't agree.
I have a lot of compassion for them,
Yeah.
but I'm just looking at it from because obviously sometimes you have to look at it from both perspectives.
Yeah.
You get me? And I'm saying it as a man. If I wasn't doing much and I didn't have much to offer, would I really be trying my hardest to be in my child's life?
Sure.
I might want to see my child or say I want to see my child or feel hurt that I'm not seeing my child. But if I have nothing to offer, am I really going to go as hard as I should?
It's their, it's what they're thinking, how they're thinking.
You know what I mean? Because personally, I feel like if you're doing certain things as a man in your own life, you're not just going to take the fact that you're not seeing your kid lying down. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and I'm not saying
of
that men do take it lying down, but I'm saying you would do more than you can to make sure they're in your child's life. And it shouldn't, and it wouldn't be as difficult as it should be, or difficult as it is for certain people if you're doing certain things. Like, because, so obviously I looked at some facts or some statistics, and I'm not sure if people are aware of the things that you have to have done or go through in order for people to, or for the mother to say you can't see your child. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, for a mother to stop you seeing the child, first of all, the court has to order it. So, if it's not a court-ordered situation, then she has no grounds to stop you from seeing your child.
Yeah, she's not allowed to.
Yeah. If you're not involved in criminal activity, I mean, of course, if there's no domestic violence, if there's no history of, if there's no charge,
it's not like been actually made official in a way.
Exactly. So if there's no criminal activities, if you're not involved in criminal activities, if there's no domestic abuse, or if there's no drug or alcohol misuse, then there's no legal grounds to stop you from seeing your child. Because a lot of times, it'll be a situation where it's like the woman will just say, "Oh, you're not seeing him. You're not. If you don't give me, you're not seeing." As much as they can say it, there's not really anything legal that they can do to stop it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
But yeah, so that's just some of the things I had to felt like I needed to say, because I feel like legally people might not be aware that unless you have a court-ordered sanction that says you're not allowed to see your child, there's no one that can say or
You
stop
have a
you.
right to.
Do you have
But
a
why
right?
is the
You have a legal
process
right.
so long though? Certain men have to wait years before they can even visit their
So it's
child.
interesting, but
Visitation rights.
it's like at the discretion of the mother, because like people say, oh, the mother is like has the closest connection with the child. We're speaking very generally, right? But that's why it's great we've had this topic, like mothers that keep their dad away from the children. So if I talk about my experience with that, where my mother did keep me and my two younger sisters away from my father. Do you know why? Because he wasn't useful enough to my mother's ambitious plans. That's the simplest I could say it, and that's praise to my mother. Personally, I'm very proud of that. But at the same time, she still encouraged me to see my father and my sisters because she was hoping that it would be under her conditions. But when it wasn't, she was like, fuck you, you're not going to. So she had that. But she earned that power or whatever influence, because she knew that she came from a point of, you've got to, I'll let you see them in the right way, which I know is right for my children. She protected us from that. So there's a lot of things about mothers actually feeling that there's a mother's love, right? Which we have no idea what that's like, but that's to be considered, where it's like, if women have abused that whole, like you said, the court orders, and but even if the dad is actually the right person for the to be around his children, and maybe she's using it as a personal issue or a vendetta against him, it's not about the children, it's about her just wanting to use that power as a mother's love. That's heartbreaking. That's why we asked the question, what about those dads who just want to see their children? Yeah. And some women might say, oh, well, yeah, I'm not making enough money, so why are you seeing whatever? Or it's just like a weird one-night stand, or it's like, they didn't really know each other, but they've got children now, and it just becomes personal.
Yeah, so it's true. It's true.
But I love that I'm interested in how there's probably fathers out there. It's like, and we'd love to hear from you. Like, it's like, what about those dads who just they've suffered the court order, but they might, as you said, drug misuse. It's like, well, okay, I might smoke a bit of weed or like I do this and that, but that's not a reason why I don't want to see my children.
Yeah, but this is the point. You see what your story, that
Sure.
that's kind of the thing. What I think men have to be aware of when it comes to having children and stuff. Yeah, you don't have much power on the ground,
Exactly.
unless because obviously men are not necessarily quick to do the legal route, go get lawyers and go do what they need to do.
Sure.
Because if they did, they would have more power when it comes to
Exactly.
certain things.
Yeah.
But a woman can decide.
Exactly.
Oh, you are smoking weed. You're not. You're not.
Yeah,
smoking
you're
weed.
not seeing my kids.
I understand that is, and that's why I said it, because as much as it's a small thing to you, it can be a big deal. Like if they want to make it a big deal, it's
They
gonna
perceive
be.
it into
Like,
something that's
exactly.
a lot more bigger than what you think it is. Yeah.
Even if they do or they don't, they can.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's something.
Yeah.
So understand the things that you need to do in order to be in a position where you have that
Yes.
power, or you have that say when it comes to being in your child's life.
Yeah.
You have to make sure you're living a certain way.
Yes.
You have to make sure you're doing certain things.
Yes.
You have to make sure that you're able to provide certain things.
Yes.
You just have to. Even if you feel like it's not fair, it may not be fair, but these are the things that
This
are
is what it
required.
is.
You get what I mean? Because at the end of the day, just like you said, your mum decided that he wasn't good at what he was doing, or what he
Yes.
wasn't
Yeah,
enough.
wasn't enough.
All right, and I'm not saying that's fair, bro. I'll be
No,
real.
I'm not.
I'm not saying it's fair, but that is the
Reality.
reality of her decision, which
Of
was
what
powerful.
she wanted to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
do you get what I mean?
So yeah.
You get me? It makes me feel a bit sad though, from a dad's perspective,
Yes.
Definitely. Yeah.
bro,
It's to be considered. Yes.
because it's too easy for someone to say you're not good
No.
enough.
Yeah.
It's too easy. And who decided that you were good enough? Do you get what I'm saying? Because that's the thing. As a dad, you have to be good enough. But
Yeah.
who decides if our mum's good enough?
Exactly.
We all love our mums, bro.
It's at the discretion of the mother.
But
it
this is the
seems a
thing.
lot,
We, we all love our mums, bro.
yeah.
But who decided if they're good enough, bro? No one did, because what they obviously they carried us, they gave birth to us. Cool, so I get it.
Sure.
We were
This is it,
attached to
yeah.
them
Yeah.
physically. But the point is, as a dad, that's your child as well. Whether you're good enough
Yeah.
or not,
Yeah.
mistakes or not
This
mistakes,
is
it,
flaws or
yeah.
not flaws, because there's no perfect person in this earth, mum
at all.
You
or
are a
dad.
parent
Not
too.
at all. Yeah.
You should have as much say as anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the point is, as a dad, you're not just you; you're your whole family. Because your mum isn't the only person who raised you. Your mum comes with your aunties, your uncles, your cousins, your grandparents, and all of that.
As much as like you,
And so with your pops will come with your aunties, your uncles, your grandparents. So it's not just your dad alone. It's a whole family. It's a whole village that you're
that's
missing
it.
out on.
That's what I wanted to ask Adrian, because like, what? Well, like I want to ask you. I've explained my situation. I think it's really important to like share as much as you want to, like in terms of your own situations, because we're praising our mothers, but we also had fathers. Do you know what I mean? I said mine. I'm not trying to be rude against my father. Or whatever. I'm just saying I'm opening up myself. And
That's kind of
happy to
but
about
that's what you experienced.
Yeah, and
that was
I'm willing
you-
to like share that. You know, what was your experiences with your like mothers and your respective fathers, like, and vice versa?
Yeah. My
As much as you want
papa,
to say.
rest in peace. Listen,
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Peace.
I'll be real. From my perspective, it was just mainly me, my mum, my sisters. That's kind of who I saw growing up. It was always "Good morning, Dad." "Good night, Dad." That was all. That was the words we ever exchanged. Me growing up, it wasn't until I was like probably 18 till I probably had a proper conversation with him for the first time ever. Like, but obviously this is coming from a biased, basically, opinion. As
your
it's like, I love my mum. Do you know what I mean? She's done so much for me growing up, bruv. Like, literally, like, it's... And obviously, he was there, but, you know, did his little things here and there, you know, school equipment. But it was more, my mum had to tell him, Adrian needs this, Adrian needs that. So it was kind of like... And he would just put £60 a week. My mum was a cook. It would be fried fish every Friday. That's what we'd eat all the time, like So
Yeah, she's a great
it was.
cook.
She is.
been lucky,
She is.
yeah, Ashley,
she is.
you'll look forward
I'm very
to that.
fortunate.
Like,
Oh no,
what do you mean,
you've
bro?
done some. You've done
Oh,
some.
sorry.
Roti and curry. You had some roti and curry the other week.
I'm not surprised.
Special. Hi, Mum. Thank you for the roti and
Yeah,
curry.
Lynette. Thank you
That
very
one
much,
there.
Lynette.
Woo!
Shout out to
She
Lynette.
comes through,
That one
man.
there.
Honestly, she comes through, man. Honestly, comes through clutch. But yeah, nah, man. But obviously, my mum, obviously, bless her little heart, love her to bits, but she always did try to perceive him as not a bad person, but it was like he did things that she didn't agree with. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it was just, at the end of the day, it was like, you know, some people have to make compromises, and some people do it for so many years, and then they just decide to be like, fuck that, I'm gonna be my own way and do this, and then it just becomes a declining cycle of the marriage, and things you just see, you know, things changing in the house and things like that, which is obviously not. It was like, it seemed pretty normal for me when I was 15 at the time, 15, 16, and then when the divorce happened, it was just like, you know, we were already. You know, I was 16, my sister was 14. It was like straight up no way he was really I didn't know where my dad was gonna go. Mm-hmm. I've lived there all my life. It's like, I'm comfortable here. This is what's gonna happen. I'm staying here. And then, you know, yeah, and then just kind of like, I didn't hear from him. And then it was always a conflict of, you know, you don't call me, I don't call you, that kind of thing, really. It's just like, you know, I'm growing, developing my own life, meeting amazing people like you, man. You know what I'm saying, bro? But yeah, obviously one of the things I regret is I kind of wish I did, you know, like chat to my dad more, and, you know, had a bit more things in common. It's like, kind of, now he was a mechanic. Now I'm starting to like cars. Mm-hmm. It's like, do you know what I mean? Like, he wasn't even there. Like, I had to get my neighbor, my godmother, had to teach her how to change a tire. He didn't even none of that. Like, to have to shave, doing that normal things that dad, you know, normally would want to teach, you know, to get involved in your son's life. So, from my experience, you know, it was most of my adult life was just raised with, my mum was raising me still, you know.
Happy Father's Day, Mum. That's what I love saying to my mum. For me, my experience, that's what I love. I love saying that. Yeah. Every time I say that.
She kind of did both, man. I love it. She was the only one that as far as I remember, if I probably missed out, she's probably been the only one that's probably been to all my parents' evening. Yeah. Actually wanted me to work on,
she's there,
focus on my work and this and that. Do you know what I mean? So,
but like you say, there's dads who they'll think like a mum, but they know they're dads, but it's like, the normalisation is our mums, but there are a lot of, like, just meeting the dads who, like, wow, like, I've watched your podcast, we'd hope. It's like, I've had the complete opposite where I had nothing, or I was, you know, wasting my time, or whatever it is, but I wanted to be there for my kids, and in the little creativity that I did, I was there, and now that my kids are amazing, or whatever, or they're better, because, so, it's like praise to men, do you know what I mean? How you try and like find those men, like the unique ones who are like, actually no, it was the opposite, the interesting ones.
Where you went with that?
It's true though.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
What about you, Ashley? Like,
I grew up
experience with mum and dad.
So I don't really remember living with my mum and my dad. I only remember living with my mum, really. But I know that I did live with my dad when I was a kid. So for me, I grew up with my mum, pretty much. My dad was in my life, though. I never ever lived with him, but he was in my life. And I always was able to link him and, you get me, whatever. And obviously I had when I say lots of, but I have other brothers and sisters from my dad, you get me? So for me, it didn't feel like I was growing up without a dad, because even if you weren't in my house, I still linked him. I still linked all my brothers and sisters. We still used to like have time for man, take man out, whatever, you get me? Sure. And if I needed something.
Take you out. My dad used to do that once a year. Once a year, you take the family out.
Yeah, see.
It was just like,
Margate?
Oh yeah, that's where we're going, man. Yeah, Margate. Bank holiday, May Day bank holiday, yeah. But yeah, Margate, that's where we're going, man.
We used to do a lot of bowling. We used to do bowling, Pizza Hut and that, you get me? Like, so for me, it was quite a nice experience having a dad that, obviously it wasn't nice not having a dad at home, but it was still nice having our brothers and sisters and extended family. And
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time at my auntie's house, which is my dad's sister. You get me? I spent a lot of time with my cousins and stuff. Do you get me? My nan's house. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, even if I wasn't with my dad, there was probably times where I didn't see my dad, but I didn't feel like it because I still saw my family. You get me? I do remember there was a time where I probably didn't see my dad for a period, but I still used to go to my auntie's house. You get me? I still used to see my cousins. I still, you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So it didn't,
no, I do, yeah.
didn't matter like that. Do you get what I'm saying? I still used to see my brothers and sisters because my brother and my sister used to come to my house, stay at my house, all of that. Like, my mum used to look after them as well. So I do. So for me, obviously, I celebrate my mum of hard. You get me? Just as much as everybody else.
Yeah.
You get me? Like, but because I'm a dad, do you get me? Because I'm a dad, obviously now I have to look from a father's perspective. I will always be biased if I didn't have a child. If I didn't have a child, I would say my mum did everything, mum, because she did.
That's what I'm saying,
Do you get
yeah.
me? It's
Yeah,
facts, not a lie. My mum did everything. Do you get me? But obviously my dad was there though. Do you get me? But my mum is here every day. It's my mum, innit? So even as a dad, I have to always remember for my child, she's with her mum. Her mum, in her mind, in her vision, my mum is the one who's here.
Of course,
Do you get
she's
me?
essential.
So I always have to remember that. That's how she should feel because that's what her reality is. You get what I'm saying? Even though as a dad, man's there, man, have her every week or whatever, every holiday, she was with man. But the point is, she lives with her mum, innit? So I always respect mums, innit?
Of course.
But I'm a father, so I always have to look at it and say, some things are unfair and it's easy for this thing to be unbalanced. It's easy for this thing to look one way and for it to be this way.
Yeah,
it's easy for it for it to flip on the head and it's too easy.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Until you got a child and you're a dad and you're not with the mum and that, you will never really understand the position you're in.
That dynamic. Yeah.
You're in a position where you either have to forget you have a life and try and so the two options: forget you have a life and just focus on trying to be in your child's life, or and not be able to or whatever, or just forget about it and do your own thing.
Yeah.
Lucky for me, I get to see my child and everything's cool and I got the thing and then I work and you get me pay my whatever, so man can you get me do my thing. But if you're not in a position to do your thing, because obviously for you lot was different.
Yeah.
My pops worked, paid this, get me paid for his youth, took us up. You get me bare money. I'm sure he spent all of his money on us, bruv. Never was able to get nothing for himself because that's what he chose to do. Because my kids, I'm always gonna be there for them. They need me,
it's
I'm
paid
gonna
off
give
him
it to
though.
them.
It's paid off. It's paid off, everyone.
It's easy for you to say it's paid off, but the reality
for
is,
him, that was
what does
the
man
struggle.
want out of life? A man want to have a full life. I want to be able to have this and have that as well.
And you can't,
But you can't have both. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And he
You
did
get me?
the other one.
And obviously, for a lot of men, if it's hard for them to see their child and it's easy for them to live their life, what do you want them to do? Like, I'm not saying it's the right choice, but you have to make one.
Yeah,
Get
exactly.
me? You're either gonna struggle to see, or you're gonna live your life, and when you come, you're gonna have something for them.
This is it.
You get me? Like, because that's the choice that a lot of these men have to make. They have to be like, I can spend all my money on lawyers and this and that, and still not get to see my youth because she decides not to answer her phone, or decides not to be at home when I'm meant to go pick them up. That's you get what I'm saying? Or I could go and work, stack my money, put money aside. When my youth comes, I've got something for them. You get me?
Yeah.
But boy,
Right, listen, I think we covered it, to be fair.
yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, but can I just say this though?
Wait, hold
oh,
on.
you got sorry,
I got
sorry, Roger.
because
Yeah, please.
There's something that now I'm realizing. So I'm gonna ask you a question first, Adrian, and then I'm gonna ask you a question, John.
Yeah.
Who worked the most?
What, mum or dad?
Yeah.
You first.
That was my dad.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
So this is where the unfairness comes in.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you see,
I fully get you already. Yeah. I
Because
fully
you
get
see,
you already.
when it comes to the family survival, who takes it upon their head to do so without complaining?
Mum.
And no, think about it now. You just said that your dad worked the most.
It's because I never really
Yeah,
saw
for me,
him
it's
though.
my
I
mum.
never really saw him.
But the reason why you didn't see him, and this is why I'm asking you this, because you said that the thing that you say is like morning dad, good night dad, right? And it's just one of
You
them
did
things
say
that
that, yeah.
sometimes it's like I feel like the resentment of the absence is also pushed on
Because they've had to work hard, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's one of them things that certain times, like even when it comes down to that point of even with the divorce and that, at that point you don't know, that man could be broken, you know.
Yeah. but he's working hard to survive. Exactly like you said, your dad.
But it wasn't just that. It was his some of the antics he kind of used to.
Yeah, no, I'm not even going to justify.
Do you know what I mean? Like it was
I'm
just
just talking about in terms of
in terms of the balance.
Yes, like in terms of like balance.
Yes.
I feel like as much as like when it comes to like the family like structure, on both sides we both have to make sacrifices in it.
Yeah.
Right? So in terms of like fathers, you will choose your family survival and everything else over your own well-being.
Yeah.
You will literally work yourself into the ground if it means that you are able to provide.
Provide for the table, of course.
But you know why no one cares? Yeah. And this is the point. You know why no one cares? Because that's what you're meant to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so mad.
Yeah.
And that's the point. Because man will praise mum, and I love my mum. This is my mum.
Yeah.
Like,
don't get twisted, bro.
Like,
my mum used to put in work too. Like, because I remember at one point in my childhood, my mum had to actually like babysit us because both of them were working. You had to have a babysitter for most of my young childhood life. So,
but you know, my point is this though.
My mum actually put in work. Put in the work.
I know, but this is what I'm saying. And understand what I'm saying. Your dad can do something. It don't mean nothing because you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
If mum does something, it means the most because she's not really supposed to be doing it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
And we come into this, with literally, it's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
But you have to be a dad to really understand the position.
That's the point.
Because
that's
we're all humans, you know.
Yeah.
As much as you can have compassion for your mum, we're not grown to have compassion for man.
Yeah.
So man don't have compassion for your dad as a child.
Yeah.
But you always got compassion for your mum. Always, it's natural, bro. Yeah? I'm saying it from my own perspective. I know that. I always will have compassion for my mum in a different way.
Yeah. Yes.
Do you get it? But I'm saying I'm a human being. I'm a dad. I get it now. I know how it feels to not matter, bro. Like how it don't matter. You could do your hardest, you could do your best, you could do the most, you could do extra. It don't matter. It only matters in that moment. See, tomorrow, it don't matter. You better come and be able to do more than what you did yesterday, tomorrow, otherwise it don't matter. And imagine, like, you have to understand that position as a dad. But until you get there, you won't really get it.
No,
this
is
it.
Even now, you would look at your dad and say, you did it, my mum did everything. But, bro, man, you don't know what your pops had to do, because your pops, at the end of the day, ain't the one telling you, man had to give you this and that. And man, just do it, because it's what man has to do. You get what I'm saying?
And then now this comes over to you now, Jono, right? So, you see, when you're saying that obviously your mum earned that sort of like that position of sort of like authority to say, yes, like, you know, nah, you can't see him, or this, that, the other, right? When you think back on it, like, did you feel like she was justified in saying what she said?
I had no idea. So the point is with me, there was always that intrigue. Because a lot of what I got when I was younger, Roji, was, oh, that's what your dad would say. I knew I was very similar to my dad. But at the same time, I was very intrigued by the fact that, what is my dad going through? Like, I'm just here with mum. Do you know what I mean? I'm living the life that I've got. And I'd always ask questions. And sometimes it would be like, oh, stop asking these questions. I'm annoying like that. I ask too many questions. But the point is, I was intrigued by what's his situation? Like, how do I understand, like, why he's not here? It wasn't like, I didn't just accept, your dad's not in your life. I'd be like, well, why? Why isn't he? Like, and in a deeper level, like, why don't you two, I'm like 12 years old saying, why aren't you two friends anymore? Why aren't you two married? Or like, what's the fucking situation? Like,
I can imagine it.
And my mum would be like, yeah, but so my situation, I can share this, is like,
young
she felt that he was detrimental to the progress that her children wanted to make. And as soon as she said that, I was like, I totally get you, mum, because I'm living with mum.
But how do you know that?
Well, I just felt the faith. I felt I could be wrong.
Can you see what?
That, of course.
Can you see what?
But I'm just saying, yeah. But Roji, my intrigue was like, I'd love to, like, I'm a young, like, black boy at private school. I just wanted to get to know my dad. So, I didn't have that access, so I couldn't find out. Because looking at him would have been enough.
But this is where I'm going with this, right?
Yeah, of course.
It's gone from being like sole custody to now shared custody.
Sure.
The child don't know their dad. And if it gets to a point where they're like, okay, cool, so this is what we're going to do. And they're going to be like, I don't want to because I don't know him.
But can I just say, Roger, mine wasn't resentment, it was more intrigue. That's what I'm trying to explain.
No. I'm talking about. I'm just talking about the resentment from the mother is passed to the child.
Oh yeah. I didn't feel that. I get that she's resentful, and she was frustrated, and like. But for me, it was like, well, personally, it was just like, well, I need to just understand it for myself. But I'd always respect my mother, and like you're saying, Ashley, it's like there is that respect, and always because she's a mother, so. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about here, but like,
So it's just one of them things where it's just like, in terms of like, even with resentment, because it's even for me in it, that I grew up in a failing marriage. Do you understand? But more than anything, it's like now, it's like I understand as I'm getting older why, my mom and my dad aren't together.
Sure.
And it's one of them things where I've even said to him, like, I'd prefer if he wasn't in my life, because I've given him the chance of kind of like being it, and he just kind of like lets me down. So I'll just say, because I don't want to hate you, I just prefer if you just stay out. Don't get me wrong. You can check up on me and whatnot, but just don't try and play an active role in it, because I know that you're not going to be able to fulfill.
Yeah.
But it's just one of them things where I had to tell him that, and I'm telling him this as a big man now. Obviously, with men, like, and I'm going to say it started from when we were boys, right? It goes from boys will be boys, so then when we're being boys and then we're going up, people just are constantly putting us down, like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Yeah. Oh, you should do this, you should do that. Expectation starts being placed on you from a very young age. So when you get to a point where you're in school, let's say for instance you go to a bad school, you start underachieving because of the people around you, you can't even ask the teacher for stuff, and then straight away it starts from there. The value that you see in yourself is small. So then you're going through life, you've got all of this stuff on your shoulders, and all you're just trying to do is just navigate life and try and figure it out.
Yes.
So by the time you get to adulthood, right, all you're just doing is then just trying to add value, but people can't see that value, right? So then it gets to the point where it's just like, for instance, you get to like these situations now where you might have some men that are actually trying to see their children and they're getting pushed back, like, or some people that they're getting orders where they can only like get a picture of their child every month. Do you understand? Some madness like that. They don't have nothing to live for. And again, like as I was saying before off camera, it's just like, why do you think like suicide is so high in men?
Yes.
Do you understand? Because at the end of the day, we are expendable.
Yeah, no one cares about you. If you don't bring value, you don't bring something, you don't add value to a situation, you don't have some type of influence, you're worthless as a man.
The expectation is just get on with it. Right, so this is interesting for me because I really appreciate one of you two choosing this, social housing and home ownership and our experiences of that. I'll just go straight in, guys. I mean, my experience was, I was born in Brixton, Benton's Rise, Burton Lane, in Brixton. And like, I remember being young, I lived with my grandparents, and my grandmother unfortunately died when I was like 5 or 4.5, and then my mum we moved to West Norwood, and she then had my little sister who's 5 years younger than me, and yeah, it was just, I was very aware like we live like on a council estate in West Norwood, Benton's Rise, opposite like the park in West Norwood and stuff, and then when I got into school, Dulwich, like my mum bought a house, worked her ass off, and then bought this house in Dulwich, and the contrast was like from just like high-rise building on the top of a hill to then move into this very nice seeming house in Dulwich was like raw. And like my point is like, how did you do that, Mum? Like what? Because that doesn't seem normal, like, and my praise is for my mum. It's just, she just, ever since I was young, she'd always just, because we were like her best company, not having a father, like talking about the previous topic, and it was just like, rah, like you've actually just had your own plan and you've done it, and it was nice to support that. And then just see her do that thing, and living in Dulwich, like meeting, like, luckily we were in East Dulwich, which seems like a posh area, right? But like, there were like there was a good mix of people. That's what I found very comforting, because I expected it to be all white. And so
it's when you hear Dulwich,
it's like right, yeah. And even at 10 years old, I was like, wow, what is?
Wow, like.
And then that whole gave me a perspective of thinking ever since I grew up, like lived there in my 20s and stuff before uni or after uni and before uni, whatever, and thinking, wow, this is, I've experienced something which is different, but that's just my mum's story. because she was a nurse and decided to buy this yard. And what I love about her, and I always praise her for saying this, and shout out to my mum, Sandra, Say Morgan. I love her. Her nickname Say, S-A-I. It's a beautiful name.
Shout out to mum.
It's that she was like, do you know what, I'm gonna do this thing. Like I remember going to viewings of her when she was like living on like benefits or whatever, because she had that aspiration. And so the whole social housing to then like home ownership is literally like what she done. And it's a shame not more people did it because they didn't have the belief.
Yeah,
but I
that's-
praise
that's-
that she
I feel
as a
like my
black
mum-
woman.
yeah,
With my mum, what I love about my mum, and I'll say this, and she'll watch this and laugh, I hope, because she was just always, what gave me confidence being the person I am, she always just said, I'm the person I am, I'm an individual. I know I'm caught up in different social norms, whatever, but I don't give a fuck. I will be myself, and if you're going to resist me, then I will challenge you. That's the Jamaican, that's the fire Jamaican in her. I love that. She always valued herself. Listen, I am doing this thing because I've worked it out. I'm respectful. I will do what I want to do based on reason. You see what I mean? And that's what I always call my mum every day at 7 a.m. How you doing, mum? That's what. So that's why I love this topic, because humbly, not my story, but my mum's story, where I was lucky enough to witness that and be a part of it, is that my mum said, I want to get out of social housing and I'm going to do my thing and save money with my children. I'm going to buy a yard. But what's interesting now is that you can say the same thing now at this day and age, and it's not the same, because a house in Dulwich, if my mum did the same thing my mum did now, but compared to what she done back then, the house is, instead of being, with all due respect to my mum, being worth 100 grand, imagine buying a yard in, how old was I? So that was when I was 10, that's 26 years ago. So we're talking like 1997, right? Her yard was 100 grand. You can't do that now in Dulwich.
No chance.
Because it's $1 million. So she tapped in. Maybe she had that insight, but so social housing now, if you're aspirational like my mum was, like any parent would be, any shout out to any parent who's just trying to do their thing. It becomes a different topic, but the cost of living, inflation, whatever, the value of things.
Yeah.
That same yard is worth $1 million now.
I'm saying.
Couldn't do that now and being a nurse.
Bro, when my grandma bought her house, bro, I'm sure it was worth I'm sure she paid like around four racks for their house. Yeah, this was in the like 60s, 70s.
Right.
Jesus.
Can you imagine how much that's worth now?
Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying.
Not probably.
Obviously, I don't know exactly how much they sold it for.
You can tell.
But I know it was nowhere near how much they paid for it, you get me? And it definitely made sure that their life was secure, you get
Different time now.
So it's crazy, because as much as the social housing is my story, my mum's story, my grandma and my grandparents, they own their house, they bought their house, and my nan still owns her house that she lives in now. She moved and got a house. But till she done her thing. Both of them, her and my granddad, they done their thing. But funny enough, you said East Dulwich, because I grew up in East Dulwich as well, yeah. But I grew up in Dockenhill, you know Dockenhill?
Yeah, I do.
Dockenhill.
Yeah, the Sainsbury's.
Come on, I lived in the estate.
Dulwich Hamlets.
She had the bottom. She had the
No
right
way.
The last, the last road, right, it's kind of opposite Sainsbury's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I used to live. You get me?
Swear down.
I think it's called like Fernie or something, Fernie House.
I can't remember the end, but I know you're talking about. Yeah.
But that's the first yard that I think I was born there, innit? You get me?
Sure.
And then after that we moved to, if I remember correctly, I might get the order mixed up, but I think we moved to Croydon after that, and we lived in it was still social housing, but it weren't an estate or nothing. It was a big, nice, fat yard. You get me? Big yard in Croydon. Like we all had our own room, like attic room, everything. The thing was patterned. You get me? This is the thing about social housing, like I was saying, because obviously I had to do a little bit of research. Social housing. Of course. Social housing it can be council houses, or it can be landlords, or it can be housing association. It's just that it's a discounted rate,
right?
And it's based on your needs or based on how vulnerable somebody is.
Is that based off each individual council? So for like Southwark, is it like a different pricing to?
I can't say for sure. Like I don't know that, but I would suspect that
exactly.
In certain areas it costs more to. Of course, in certain areas it's going to cost more to live than in other areas.
Yeah, of course.
Social housing in Chelsea will probably be a bit more.
Jesus Christ!
But social housing is always going to be
there is that there.
It's always going to be a discounted
Yeah.
thing based on how vulnerable a person is, or the needs that where they're coming from, or whatever. But we lived in a nice yard at that point, innit?
Yeah,
Our
nice.
yard was crisp. You get me? So I lived there for majority of my childhood. You get me? Then we moved to a place, Shrublands, which is in between Croydon and Bromley.
Oh, okay.
But it's a dustiest. No, let me not say it's a dustiest. You get it? I'm there dissing, big up the man them from your. You get me? I'm not trying to diss you. You get me? But Shrublands is another estate, innit?
Sure.
Do you get me? It wasn't that when I lived there, it wasn't that mad rough or nothing, but it was hella dusty. Do you get me?
Fair enough.
Might have changed now. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
probably.
Disclaimer. You know what I'm saying?
Disclaimer.
But when I was there, it was hella dusty.
Disclaimer.
It was
It's
the
always an
last stop on the 198. You get me? And you get me? No one ever rid that 198 all the way to the last stop to see, like you get me?
Yeah.
You get me? Right? It was,
Exactly.
but I lived there. Then I moved from Shrublands, and I moved to Green Lane. Yeah, that's I lived on Green Lane. Green Lane wasn't an estate either. It wasn't like an estate like Shrublands and East Dulwich. But it was basically an estate. Do you get me? They used to call it an estate, but it was just about a bunch of council houses. You get me?
Sure.
Do you get me? Like everyone, it was all houses, but it's all council houses around here. You know what I'm trying to say? But the house was nice. We had a back garden. We had our own rooms again. Big front. Like, it was a nice yard. Do you get me? It was a big nice yard. Do you get me? So it's always been social housing, but it hasn't always been, the environment hasn't always been the same. Do you get what I mean? Like, the last house that we lived in that was social housing was very nice. You know what I mean? Like, the area was, not to disrespect the area again, but it was kind of trash. You get what I'm trying to say? And then even now, I feel like the house that my mum lives in now, I don't think it's council necessarily, but I do think it's like probably like housing association or something like that. Do you get me? So, for me, I've always been
associated with
sort of social housing. Me now, I don't live in social housing. You get me? But you get me. So personally, I don't think it's as easy for a man to get into social housing.
I can imagine that's what I want to find out.
Yeah, because obviously the criteria is usually not going to be for a working man that's able.
Well, there's not enough
Do you get what I'm trying to
funding
say?
for that, or space.
Well, it's not even that there's not enough funding, but if you're a man of a certain age, you're able-bodied, and you're healthy.
Yeah, then you should.
You've got no reason to
sort it out.
really need
okay.
social housing, because social housing is for the most vulnerable.
Yes, I get what you mean. Sorry, I get it. Now,
But in terms of vulnerable, who is that classified as?
well, the most extreme.
Well, according to my information, I like how you did that.
How we do it? Sorry, we do.
According to my
Sorry, we do.
information, so legally homeless, even though we see bad people homeless.
Let's be.
I don't really get how they can justify saying legally homeless.
Let's be honest, there, man.
People living in overcrowded conditions. So I think they're talking about, when they're talking about when there's people that's living in certain houses and there's like 5 men in one room.
Yeah, in one.
You know what I'm trying to say? So people that live in an overcrowded accommodation, very bad housing conditions. So say if your house is falling apart, got asbestos, you get me, all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Health and safety, yeah.
Exactly.
If you're disabled, if you've got mad medical conditions, like say you can't go up on a block of flats because it's got no elevator and you got COPD, you can't breathe. You know what I'm trying to say? They need to put you somewhere ground floor flat. So welfare. So I'm guessing that means like depending on what kind of stuff you're going through, you might be in danger or whatever. And then the last thing they said is hardship. So obviously, basically what they're saying is if you're going through some mad shit, you're not necessarily going to be the most vulnerable. So it's all based on how bad your situation is. Do you know what I mean?
But then how do they base that on how
Exactly,
bad
that's what I was
that
thinking.
could be?
Well, that's the thing, innit? Some people know how to work the system. Some people just know that they're going to say the right thing to the right people
it's
at
very,
the right
very
time,
biased.
in the right
Very.
place, and they're going to get the right thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what the system is.
Exactly.
People will do that and get away with it depending on how much they actually don't care.
Or you just got to make sure
Or whatever.
Obviously, it's for the people that need it the most.
That
innit?
need it, yeah.
So the
But
point
people
is,
exploit that as well.
exactly.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
This is a good one, yeah.
What about you? What was,
Yeah,
this,
exactly,
what was the
yeah,
situation?
For me, boy, it was didn't move anywhere. I was in that spot for years.
What was the housing?
In terms of housing, we had a few. I'm not gonna lie, we just got a bathroom done again. Finally, after months of my sister emailing them. Like,
Is it social housing or was it like?
It's social housing, yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. It's, I'm with L&Q.
So what's that, like a housing association?
House Association,
It is,
yeah. So
they also help with
yeah,
homeless
it used to
as
be
well.
Lewisham Homes. There was a lot of. It was like, I remember back in the time. It was like a time back then. It was on the estate. I live in the estate. Still live with a mum. Love mumsy. And it would be back then. It was Lewisham Homes, which is still about, but they're not as big as they used to be. Like I've seen a lot of like offices closed down. Dad used to work for Lewisham Council as well. So
Okay.
yeah, like with the plumbing and all that. Do you know what I mean? Like working with the association. So it was a thing where back then I used to see everyone could park on the estate free, no problem. No issue. I mean, there'll be a party. There'll be cars parked up on yeah. You know, man, park their VMs up on the fucking grass and shit like that. You know, parking mad ways. Like you would just don't care, bro. Like then L&Q come, they sell the shebang. Everyone's voting for them. Everyone's voting for them when I state. Everyone's like, you know, okay, boom. They're our official new housing association. These councils are now more down to Lower Sydenham, them kind of areas there, innit? So. After a few years, started realizing rent was going up, gas bills, electric going up. They tried to sell everyone with everyone in the block gets their kitchen and bathroom done. You know, like everyone sold it. Oh, we took it too. I was like, why not get it done for free instead of us paying our own money to do it? I was just like, fine. Got it done. Realizing that the materials and stuff they use, it wasn't very long lasting. If you know what I mean, you see after a couple of years, mold, damp, like that's how the bathroom, mold, damp started to appear. Like, do you know what I mean? People's not feeling well in the house, actually affecting people. I've got asthma, brother, it affects me. I've got mold in my room, bruv. Like, it's hard, yeah, it's hard. That's why I've been starting to use a dehumidifier to try and keep the air more clean in my room and the house in general, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, no, it's
one thing about social
it's
housing.
tough moments,
people,
man. Yeah,
people don't really
They're
know.
neglect of it.
it's very
But the
neglectful.
thing is, when they do, which they do, there's lots of, you have to know your rights. You have to know
This is it.
the legal
This is
things you're able to
They've got their
do.
lawyers.
This is it.
There's so
Yeah.
many different solicitors you can contact.
This is it.
That will definitely take your case
Yes.
and deal with
Yeah.
that,
If you've got one.
deal with that in the right way.
Yeah.
So you know, like if you're going through that kind of stuff and you are in social housing, and the landlord isn't dealing with the mold or dealing with
This is it, yeah.
damage
Yeah.
or dealing with certain things in the
Yeah.
house, then
Yeah.
you do have a case and you can get your.
That's what I'm saying,
you get
yeah,
that
exactly.
pattern and get compensated for it. Do you get me?
This has been
True,
great. This has been so enlightening, like,
Yeah.
talking about this.
Yeah.
Like, we could have talked about this a lot as friends, but I really enjoyed hearing you two stories. Like, you've enjoyed hearing mine, and this has been really good.
Yeah, of
Very
course, man.
interesting.
Very interesting.
But you know what we're
because-
gonna do now?
What are we going to do?
You lot are facing off now. It's that time, you man. You better have your music knowledge ready. You know what I'm saying, bruv? Because we're gonna go into pop number ones. Because we want to go do a little throwback thing, you know.
Hey, listen.
Pop tunes, like, innit? What,
Roger, Roger, listen.
I thought you were gonna speak, man.
I'm not going to speak, but I just want to do a disclaimer before this segment starts. Yeah? Obviously, we all agreed, innit? So, you see, when you're putting the scores and that, yeah, I get to start 5 points ahead.
No, I don't. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
why?
I get to start 5 up. So, it's 5-0 already. All right, let's
Well,
go.
maybe. If I beat you, then. If I still beat you in that respect, then you really are shit.
What do you mean?
Oh,
You're
wow.
a music teacher.
I mean, if I still beat you in a 5-point start,
Yeah,
that's what you
that's
said.
what I'm
But you
saying.
want.
Yeah, if I get a 5-point start, yeah.
That's my
come.
motivation to try and beat you.
And the next one better be, I don't know.
Media.
I'll sort something out.
Media,
I'll
film,
sort something out.
yeah.
I'll sort
Film.
something out.
Got
Don't
the
worry.
film.
I'll sort
What
something
you're
out. I'll sort
better
something out for next week. Don't worry. I'll sort something out. Don't worry.
I think I might win anyway. I
Alright.
don't know why I'm giving it.
Yeah, I'm
gonna win.
alright. It's gonna be
Alright,
fun.
alright,
Yeah,
alright,
the competition's like.
So, first
time right
round
now.
is going to be 15 questions, yeah? And the first question is, and no way around, you got like 10 seconds to answer this question, bro. Yeah, you get me? So,
Okay.
all right. Sound of the Underground was the first number one for which group?
Is that Atomic Kitten or something?
No.
That's a
Sugar
girl
Babes.
group.
No.
Oh, Girls Aloud.
Yeah.
I know the song as well.
What a terrible tune.
Hey, come on, that was a throwback tune.
R.I.P. Sarah, though.
That was a throwback tune, bro.
R.I.P. Sarah. That was cancelled. That's
1-0
so
to
sad.
the already.
So that means
5-1.
5-1.
coming for ya.
Cool. So question 2.
Hey, keep the phone from me, guys. I'll try and shoot, bro. Seriously.
Bro, then move forward.
Look how
I know. Look how he's sitting, bro.
I'm waiting for the question.
All right. So, 4 weddings and a funeral made which song a number 1? 4 weddings and a funeral made which song a number 1?
It's by the Beatles.
I feel like you went to a pub quiz, you know, I've got these questions, bro.
Love,
He's a music teacher, blood. Music is his life.
Okay, yeah, but what?
Is
that right?
All you need is love.
No, it's not.
You
Is it not?
No, it's not.
dickhead. You're so confident.
Oh,
You were very close.
This is my. Oh, am I close?
You're close.
It's by the
Beatles.
Beatles.
No.
It's Martin
is it?
McCutcheon. Is it Martin
Is
McCutcheon?
it 4 weddings and a funeral, yeah?
Yeah. Hugh Grant and that. And that.
And them man.
Yeah, and them man there.
I can't lie to you. I don't know the answer to that.
No.
10, 9.
Oh. That's not going to help me remember. I don't know.
All right. Love is all around.
Yeah,
That's what I sang.
Yeah, you said love, but you didn't say the full answer, bro.
Yeah, I think that's
Don't
fair.
Don't I get a point for like
No,
knowing
no,
the
you
song?
don't.
I
bro.
think,
No,
that,
you
I
don't,
think that's
man.
fair that you didn't give it to him still.
No,
you
man,
gotta
no.
say the, you gotta say the
Five,
name.
one.
You got to the
Still
full
working.
yeah, man.
I know, I'm coming for you.
5-1, bro.
In which decade did Elvis have his first UK number 1?
60s.
Yeah.
No.
70s.
No.
50s.
50s.
Yeah.
Oh, 5-2.
Oh.
Let's move on. Let's get to it.
5-2, John. All right, cool. We move. Okay.
You were close,
Cool,
actually.
cool.
I was saying,
Yeah.
you went the other way.
All right, cool. Get this one quickly, bro. Come on, man. Come on. Where is the Love was the first UK number 1 for which collective?
Black Eyed Peas.
No, I'm not having it. Like 5-3.
That's so fucked, you know.
No, but like
That one I would have knew as well.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying.
That's why I said it first.
No, I'm being biased. I can't be biased. Sorry. I can't be biased. All right. What was the imaginative title for Mr. Blobby's first number 1?
Who cares, man?
It's just me. I ain't answering that shit.
Pub quiz, dickhead.
Hey! John OVT.
I'm sorry, yeah, it came out. I don't care.
You can't hold on for too long, bro.
Next
It's always going to come back out.
Next.
Ask me about no blood clot, Mr. Bobby.
You said it for me, actually. Yeah, you said it better.
All right, cool. Who had number 15 with Call Me and Atomic?
Who had number 15?
Number 15.
What do you mean?
You know, none of these questions ain't for me, you know. Man, this.
Bro, come on. You were doing bits the other week, man.
What's the question tonight?
Yeah, exactly.
Number 15.
Doesn't make sense.
Who had number 15 with Call Me
Gary Barlow.
and Atomic? No, it's not.
Britney Spears.
No, it's not.
Just say the answer card, they're not going to get it.
I know.
Blondie.
Blondie.
Who's that?
Blondie. It's a group, bro. You know
Sounds
I
like
know.
some porn star or something.
I heard of Blondie, though.
No, I heard of it. Yeah, she. Yeah.
All right. Which song was a number 1 for both Nilsson and Mariah Carey?
Can't living is without you.
Yeah.
I can't live.
Shut up, bro. What's the
Can't
score?
breathe.
What's the score? 5-4.
5-4.
No, 5-3, bro.
It's 5-3.
It's 5.
See, if I didn't get this 5 heads, if you don't put this 5 head start.
It'll be.
No, I'm joking.
4-0. Yeah,
What's the score? 3-0, yeah?
No, it's 4-5. You're still leading.
I'm gonna try that. Let's go.
Okay, you're gonna try that, yeah? Okay, cool. All right, this one's a bit, all right, no, Joe, I'm gonna say it. Which English sir has had number 1s in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s?
John.
No.
So Cliff Richard.
Yeah.
It is a music round.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right, this would be
Okay.
Shit, if it was
Please get this one. Get this one, bro. Please.
Is
please.
there any current music in there?
No, the next one,
hey,
bro.
Roger,
You've not
it's all
heard
music, mate.
Bro, I'm about to say the next question, bro. That's the next question.
It's
bro.
all valid music. So
Which-
is a G, mate.
Which Drake song broke #1 records in summer 2016?
I know this.
I thought you just-
Yeah, I'm dancing to that as well.
Hmm?
I'm giving you time, actually.
One dance.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, damn it, he said it.
Telling you, bro.
Massive tune.
I knew this is. That's what I wasn't gonna do. I wanted to. I had the urge to sing it, but
No, do it, man. You
I
got
can't do it. I can't do it. They should show me what it's gonna look like.
Which US state was the title of a Bee Gees #1?
Which what?
Which US state was the title of a Bee Gees #1?
Which US?
Yeah.
California. You know it? California.
No. Right, you're struggling, John.
Yeah.
Bee
I do
Gees.
love
You like the Bee Gees as well.
I do, but
New York State. New York.
No.
which state?
Texas.
Yeah, which US state?
California?
No. You
Alabama.
already said that.
Alabama.
Oh, did you?
All right, Rogie, tell him, bro.
I'm not telling you. I'll actually.
You'll get a point, Roger.
It's so funny.
Yeah, yeah,
You'll get a point.
I proper zoomed in.
I don't know, bro.
You'll get a point, Roger. I've got no idea.
Fine. Massachusetts.
No, I wouldn't have got that.
You
I
would've
didn't
got
even know that was a state. I thought that was, I've always thought Massachusetts is a city.
Really?
You know, I thought it was a city, but when you said Bee Gees, I was like, oh, I swear, it's a state.
It's a
Ah,
state.
right, yeah.
Come on.
Massachusetts.
Fair. Yeah, everyone learns something, man.
Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston, Massachusetts, man. Which Beatle #1 featured the word yellow in the title?
Submarine.
Correct.
Jeez.
Go on, Ash. Ash.
He knows it.
That's
He
what you
knows
like to
his
see.
stuff.
That's what you like to see, man.
That's
I'm
what I tell
saying.
you.
There's more to Ash than you
6'4".
know, bruv. I'm
It's
telling you.
6'4", so I'm under pressure.
All right, cool. 12 now. The winner takes it all was yet another #1 for which group?
ABBA. 6'5". The winner takes it
I didn't even know that was ABBA,
all.
bro.
Loser standing tall.
Yeah.
I think that's the word.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
first melody.
Please get this one, bro. You'll get this one. Trust me. George Michael first hit #1 as a member of which
Wham.
duo?
Wow, man.
There we go.
Let's see. 7'5".
Getting it.
There's only one more question.
Yeah.
Trying to play with me,
I'm
bro.
saying, man. Come on, man.
Respect my music knowledge,
All
bro.
right. Okay, who took Lily the Pink to #1?
No idea.
No, you're taking the mic with that one.
Yeah, so
I want to skip that one. No. Let's skip it out. Skip it out. Because I was in that. I got that one. I didn't want to say that one.
The pink.
Yeah, Lily
I don't even know
Pink,
that
so-
is.
Yeah, I don't know who she was as well. I can't lie. All right, who had #1 with Cotton Eye Joe?
Where did you come from? Where did you go? I don't know. Every Butlins. Sick of it. I have no
I thought that
idea.
was a person's name. I said every
I'm trying to get on this
How did I know?
12-year-old girl when I'm 12, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm at the disco. It's like, oh, I hate this song, but can we kiss? Who is it? Oh, you're going to tell the answers later. Honestly, memories of being in Butlins, right? That is the cheesiest tune.
You know the worst thing is he's gonna say it again. You know like when you heard
I
it the first
get
time.
knocked down, but I get up again. I know you go. Oh, it's like,
You know the
just
first
don't care
time
about
a
these
man
tunes.
say it.
Can I just chat to you? I'm like 11 years old in Butlins. My man let me go out for an hour.
You're gonna say it again. You're gonna say
Let
it
me
again.
go out for an hour, bro. Relax, like, let's do this, because I ain't gonna see you until breakfast next
No,
time.
but
You're
be
with your
real though,
family.
Butlins and them things
Butlins
are
was
the
sick.
best things in the world.
Butlins
bro.
was sick.
I've never been, you know. I've always
you
wanted
don't-
to-
Shout out to my girlfriend Lucy's, where her parents live, Bognor Regis. We used to go there all the
Hey,
time.
Butlins is lit, bro.
Yeah,
I
man.
can't lie, man. Always have a little mad, little sick time Butlins. Still.
Wicked.
Man went
Pontins as
Butlins.
well.
Yeah.
Man went Pontins as well back in the day.
Never went to Centre Park. That was too far.
No.
Can we go to Centre Parks, mother? Can we go to Centre Parks, mother? Nah. Too expensive. Yeah.
Too expensive. We ain't got bottling.
Teeth. That's the best.
No,
That's the
facts.
best accent I can do.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, that's the end of that first round.
We're going on holiday.
And
Well done, Ashley.
Oh, no, you won.
no,
you won.
No, it's really,
You had the
obviously,
lead.
you actually won that, but
I wanted the 5-0 head
Yeah.
start.
Yeah.
I got too much
That
pride.
was fun, yeah.
I got too much pride for that.
So there's
What was
another
the score?
part to this. 7-5.
it was 7-5.
7-5.
But obviously,
Well, I got
no,
5.
There's another part to
Yeah.
this. as well.
Well, I'm proud of myself.
Yeah. So yeah, man.
Is there another part to it? Like,
There's round 2. That's
Yeah.
you've got the one. So the next one we're going to be doing now is
What's
going to
that,
be.
bro?
You got this, man. 90s, bruv, man. It's
He's
90s.
lying, bro. Look at his face. His face, bro.
Alright, cool. Saturday 90s. Question 1, round 2. Let's go. Where was Love in the 1994 record-breaking hit by Wet, Wet, Wet?
where was love?
Yeah.
Huh?
So it's about a song. Yeah, it's about a song, bro.
So what am I meant to
Martin
do? Finish the
Keller.
line?
Yeah, I don't know.
Hmm?
What am I supposed to do? Finish the line? I don't get
Yeah,
it.
finish the line. Yeah, finish the line.
Wet, 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 wet.
No.
Where was love?
Where was Love in the 1994 record-breaking hit?
Oh, Where
by
Was
Wet,
Love?
Wet, Wet, Wet.
Below?
No.
Love was...
It was in the song.
It is
Yeah,
in the song.
that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying,
I
yeah.
just
No,
can't
that's
remember
the
the song.
answer. It was in the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what was that?
Love was
Where was love?
in a hopeless place.
Huh?
Yeah, like
No?
underground.
All around.
Love was all
Oh,
around.
Love was
do you know
all
what?
around.
That is a deal. That was a gettable one, to be fair. Love is all around.
Question 2. Who had a #1 hit with Ice Ice Baby?
Vanilla Ice.
There we
Right.
go. 1 to Ash.
Yeah, here we go.
There we go. It's 1 to Ash.
Why not?
To me, he knows his 90s, man. Who had a hit with the old Osmonds hit "Love Me for a Reason"?
The reason being, love. Take that.
Take
No.
that. No.
No.
Boyzone.
Yeah.
Boyzone. Oh, you got
Yes.
that. Damn,
Yes,
it's
Ash.
again.
2-0
Nice.
to Ash, bro.
For a
Reason, let the reason be love. Don't love me.
I love that. I love that.
Fun girl.
Fuck it. Let me be the
one.
Fuck it. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Who had a hit in 1992 with "I Will Always Love You"? The theme
Whitney
from
Houston.
the Bodyguard.
That was me, bro.
Is Whitney Houston. Yes, Ash.
Oh, what?
He said it first. He said it.
Oh, Josh said it. Josh said it.
Oh, who said it first?
I said it
I thought it was Ash. Yeah, I
bro.
thought
Surely a
I
point
said
each.
Ash. Yeah, I
Surely
said
a
Ash.
point each.
Well, I said it first.
I heard you
Get
say
on
it.
with
No,
it.
I heard you say it. I'm sorry, man. Yeah,
No, he
yeah,
did,
you
he
did
did.
say it. You did say it, right?
He was a millisecond before me. I'm just glad I was right.
All right. Which 2 squaddies had new hits with old songs? Which 2 squaddies had new hits with old songs? So it's 2 people.
Right said Fred?
Hmm?
Right said Fred?
No,
And then that.
no.
Which 2 squaddies? Had
Oh.
old
Mick Mustard.
No.
had 2 hits with old songs.
Yeah.
2 hits with old songs. Which
Well,
one?
had new hits with old songs.
That's it, new hits with
What
old
are they?
songs.
2 squaddies.
Yeah.
What the hell's a squaddie?
An army person.
Something like that, yeah.
And I think an army person who like follows an officer.
Yeah.
That's a structure. So it's like a clue. Squaddies, army, I don't know.
You tell me, give up.
Yeah,
Give up. Robson and Jerome.
Oh, because they were in the army. Oh,
See, that's a
they
John
did
Oaken.
covers.
That was a
I
John
should've
But the
known
fact
that,
he didn't get it, that's
The
a
white in me should have known
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. All right.
Lucky I'm black. I'm on my black side today.
Say
Wagwan.
that, man.
Wagwan.
Say that, bro. All right, I'm gonna get these questions mad. So, which 50+ female took "Believe" to the top of the charts?
Anastasia.
No.
Oh,
You said that with chest.
I did.
No.
Anastasia.
Oh.
Shaliq.
No, share.
Shaka Khan.
No,
No, share.
It was share. Fact 1 to Jono.
4-1.
So
So I need the points.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Get in there, my
You
brother.
getting there. All right.
Oh, is that the Believe?
Yeah, that's a Believe, yeah. That was the song. All right, cool. Next one is, who said any dream will do in this Technicolor dream coat?
Jason Donovan.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't want to lose this one, man. I'm not playing. Yo.
All right.
That sounds like a white guy. What is it? 4-2?
B2.
4-2.
4-2, it's 4-2.
B2, 4-2.
V2, cuz. It's defo V2 right now, cuz. It's defo V2 right now. You get me?
All right, next one. Who joined George Michael on Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me?
Elton John. I'm not playing. Listen. Wicked tune. Don't let the sun go down on me.
You know, I
Go on, John.
Tune.
You got
You got to rate
voice
Elton
on
John.
you, yeah.
literally.
Elton John.
Yeah.
Elton John, wicked songwriter. Man. Respect.
No, I respect that, John.
Next one.
All right. Everything I Do It For You came from a film about which hero?
Beauty and the Beast.
No.
No.
I swear it was, though.
I do it for you. Brian Adams.
Superhero.
It's Brian Adams, yeah, no.
Top
Came
Gun.
from a film about which hero? Not superhero, but a hero.
Oh.
Oh,
It's from a film. I think it's a film that came
I
out.
didn't
in
even
the
know
90s.
that. Look into my eyes. Oh, I didn't know that came from.
I thought you might get this one tricky.
You
Yeah,
will
I thought
see.
you might have struggled with this one.
I used to watch my sisters. Shout out to Rachel and Haley, man. What you mean to me? I don't know. Man.
No, you don't know? Give up.
Not Top Gun.
No, not Top Gun.
Oh,
Ash, what are you telling me? What are you telling me, Ash?
I'm trying to remember the music
Take
video.
my life, yeah, man.
I'm trying to remember.
You kind of got to think about the
Yeah, I
like
feel like
the
an
film.
80s
You got
vibe, actually.
you got to think about the films that it was.
I would give
was in
it
a
all.
hero.
I would sacrifice.
I don't know, bro. I don't
No?
even know who
No?
I'm moving.
No?
on.
No
It's got
idea.
superhero. What's the hero?
Yeah.
Robin Hood.
Man said Robin
Oh,
Hood.
Robin
that's
Hood.
what I was thinking. Bodyguard. Yeah, Kevin Costner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't know
that's
that
Kevin
came from
Costner.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Where were Eternal just a step from in 1994?
Love.
No.
Heaven.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Equal share.
It's all right.
Draw
so
right
no.
now.
All right. Cool. 12. All right. Which streets did Bruce Springsteen sing about in 1994?
Philadelphia, man. Let's do this, man. I ain't playing. I'm not losing this.
Would you got that one?
Streets
No,
of
okay,
Philadelphia. Yeah, you would have got that. I just had to do
I
it.
wouldn't, no, definitely wouldn't have got that. So.
No, fair enough.
What was the name of the dance production brothers who had a #1 with Setting Sun?
No idea.
Nope.
I have a no.
No,
I don't.
Alright. Chemical Brothers.
Oh man, that's actually should have been quite an easy one to logically work out.
Who had a #1 with the Shoop Shoop song?
You can hear it as well.
The Shoop song.
Yeah. The Shoop
Sunshine
Shoop.
Anderson.
No.
I said Sunshine Anderson.
That's what
It's a bit later, but
I've heard it all before.
There's a hint.
True,
She was
but-
already mentioned in the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Good. That's good that one.
Is it far ball?
No, 6'5", don't do that. You know.
Is it 6'5"?
Just
Yeah,
said
it was even. It was even.
just said it was even.
6'5", it was 6'5",
That's
yeah.
why I don't like cheaters.
Yeah.
I couldn't test.
He said
Right.
it was even, you know.
Please ask the next question so I feel better.
Alright, the next one, the last one this round.
I've got to get it.
Yeah.
man.
Which rock star did Elvis Presley's daughter marry?
Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Stop playing with me, bro.
She's like the
playing with
second
me, bro.
round. Yes.
Same score as well.
Playing with me, bro.
No, you too, but I gotta shake his hand.
Big Michael Jackson.
Damn it!
Yes.
What?
See?
I'm telling you, you always come through the clutch.
Nah,
that's him trying my best as well.
I'm telling you, man.
Big MJ. Hold tight, Mike. I don't know if we.
I was gonna say Nicolas Cage. But that was
Oh,
Big
wow,
up,
yeah.
Michael. Isn't me?
Come on,
Wait,
man.
hold on.
Well done,
Just
Ashley.
Quick segue here. Did you see when someone updated Michael Jackson's Instagram page?
No.
Put his pronouns.
Was it bro?
What's the pronoun?
What are they?
They put he bro.
He.
No, that's funny. That's
That is
funny.
good.
Bro, they fully boxed it.
That's mad. That's mad. That's mad. That's mad.
That's one of the best jokes I've ever heard.
Oh my days.
people
That is
are
good.
That's
dickheads,
funny.
Bro,
That's actually funny.
Right.
Nah, wait, that's funny. That's actually
So there's
funny.
one more.
It's the final rounds, man. It's the final rounds.
So what's this one? Like what?
Ash,
it was
Ash,
nice.
Ash, I really hope you got this one,
This
bro.
is 2000.
This is the sound of the 80s.
Oh, I'm gonna struggle.
man.
No?
Shut up, man. This is your era, bro.
No, 70s is mine, but we'll try.
Can we do 2000s act?
Maybe next time.
You will never beat me at 2000s, I swear to you.
I don't doubt it.
Because the answer to all the
70s,
the
I'm
answer
confident.
to every question will be Ja Rule.
Or Ashanti.
Ashanti.
I'm
Oh
telling
my
you, man.
days.
Ashanti.
Nothing but hits, you, mate.
No,
You know what? Kaiden in
Always
school was
only
playing.
cool.
Yeah, I'm saying,
Like,
listen.
bare hits, you know.
Bare
Yeah.
hits, cuz. And then when 50 Cent came out and with Get Rich or Die Trying, he just finished man's whole career. It broke my heart.
I think next time I'll try to find something like that.
I didn't
wanna
want to
find
be
something
honest that I
more,
like Ja Rule after.
more multicultural, bro. But yeah.
Alright, let's do the 80s, man. John, I'll wrap this up, man.
Bro, have faith, man. I know you got this.
Bruv, I was born in 1990, cuz. I don't got this.
But
Fair
there was,
enough.
no, but
I
there
was
was
born
still
in the
songs of the
80s.
80s that came out in the 90s, bro. I'm sure you heard a
I
couple.
was
let's
born
do it.
in 1990.
You heard a couple tunes, bro. I know you did.
You're reading the question, don't even know the names of the people that you're reading. What are you talking about, man? Okay, you was born after me, cuz.
But I was very open to music at whatever age, bro.
Whatever, bro. I was showing you about hip hop yesterday, cuz you didn't even know about Goody
Okay,
You didn't know about
alright,
Dungeon Family.
calm down.
You didn't know that Outkast and CeeLo knew each other. Don't.
No, okay,
stop
no. That
about-
actually shocked me. I didn't even know that, bro. That was
Exactly.
mad. Yeah, that was mad. Fair enough. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you're a classic.
I'm 70s.
If we was doing the hip hop, I'll finish.
I'm smoked, yeah.
But with George Michael, Elton John, and Bear, you get me? Chemical Brothers. And,
Bro, Chemical Brothers were the shit, bro.
what's his name? Donovan. What? Something Donovan was it?
Jason Donovan.
Jason Donovan. Fuck.
Bro, when people have like two first names, yeah, that's mad.
Jason Donovan. It's too much. Elton John. Stop it,
that's
bro.
what I'm saying, bro.
George Michael.
Bro,
Stop it, bro.
I'm telling you, all these double first name people are, it's a problem.
Don't ask me no questions. I need questions with people that's got one name. Word, bro.
Bro, this is why I want to get you to think outside the
Ja
box,
Rule.
bro.
You get what I'm
Think outside the
saying?
box, bro.
Ashanti. You get this one name, cuz. Yeah. Right, cuz.
Right, let's do this.
Alright, let's do this. And
Final round.
Ash is gonna win.
Yeah.
Ash is gonna win. You know what I'm saying. Which triangle did Barry Manilow sing about in 1981?
Which triangle?
Equilateral.
Bermuda.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's do this, man. Let me just win this thing and then I'll be done.
No, wait, hold on.
I don't know why I said equilateral.
I need to win something.
It's a triangle, no? It's the equilateral triangle, though, no?
Alright.
Apparently.
Who was Like a Virgin in 1984?
Madonna.
I said it first.
You did. I knew
You
it.
did,
I
you
knew
did,
it.
I need
But
to-
you knew wonders. That's it, bro. That's it,
You
bro.
did, you
Let's
did.
see what you, bro. Alright. Which band shares its name with the Form for the Unemployed?
Say that again.
So,
UB40.
which band
alright?
shares
Is that
its
right?
name? Yeah, it is.
Don't ask the
Yeah.
question again.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
the, that was
yeah,
the,
yeah,
that was
yeah.
the code for the form.
Yeah, you would know that, bro, because he was going job centre in the 80s, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. I know you
But he was
before
young,
me away
but
from
I'm
I'm
supposed
supposed to know. I'm supposed to know that the form in the job centre in the 80s was called the UB40. I'm supposed to know that.
Do you know what's mad? I watched a documentary on BBC where I learnt that yesterday. So literally, I wouldn't have known it.
Bro, that's mad.
That's actually
mad.
crazy.
You were supposed
So-
to win, cuz that's fake. Who about to play against?
Alright. Which Genesis drummer had 3 #1 vocal
Collins.
hits in?
See? That's what I'm saying.
Just say the key words and I'm done.
Drummer, Genesis.
Exactly.
Alright.
Again, no, legend.
Phil Collins.
Motown lover,
Leave it,
Phil
bruv.
Collins.
Leave it alone, man.
Which Scottish modern girl, Sheena, had a hit with US singer Prince?
No idea.
No?
I was born in the 90s still.
Jonah? All right, Easton. Do you know Easton?
No,
No, you're not a big fan.
I've never known
I
him.
know Easton, yeah. It's my granddad's brother.
That's someone else, yeah.
All right. Which group had Simon Le Bon? No, which group did Simon Le Bon
Spandau Ballet.
sing with? No.
No. Oh shit, I can see them.
Oh, so it's a black R&B group.
No, it's not. It's
No.
no.
It's not R&B group. It's not R&B group. It's not.
Oh my days. No, don't tell me.
Yeah, I was trying to think. You get me? Simon Le Bon.
Yeah,
that group, when he's happy.
that group. Oh no, I'm gonna get annoyed because I know.
Don't look at me, bruv. You want me to know this? Simon Le Bon. Okay.
Simon Le
It
Bon.
begins with an E, doesn't it?
Bro, the
Yeah.
only Bond I know is James.
Simon
fam.
Le Bon.
No,
Yeah,
no,
but I
no.
know I can see the group, but I can't remember their name. And
Alright, let's move on. You don't
All
know.
right. Duran.
Oh, I could have guessed
Yeah.
it. I can't lie.
Yeah.
I'm annoyed that I
That's
didn't
what I'm
remember
saying,
that.
man.
They're
That's what I'm
like
saying,
a great-
yeah.
Great band, but
Who just called to say I love you in 1984?
Stevie
Stevie
Wonder.
Wonder.
Yeah. I'm giving that to Ash.
okay.
Yeah, he did
Fine.
say.
I
He
ain't
said,
gonna lie, you probably said it before me, but I
No.
No, it's fine. You
definitely-
get your
he
little
definitely
point.
No.
I'm not feeling prepared, but
I
you get your
don't.
little fucking point. Take your little fucking.
Yeah. Well, we may have to go back to
Oh,
the
well, I
videos
need
and
to
checking
make
it,
something.
but I'm saying, yeah. It sounded like
Stevie
you were
Wonder,
Stevie
B.
Wonder
About
boy.
his daughter. No, that was Isn't She Lovely? I don't know who did he sing to. I wonder in that song. Anyway,
I don't
another
know.
question.
It's
Yeah.
your childhood, you should know.
I should. He won't
Who
sing to me.
Who sang with Barbara Dixon in the hit I Know Him So Well?
No idea.
Barbara
Jason
Dixon.
Donovan.
He weren't born yet.
I know the brother's got two first names, cuz. James.
Alright, so I know I got that as Elaine Page.
You got two best names, bro.
Paige. You see what I'm saying?
Elaine Paige.
But you said it was a man, bruv.
No, I didn't say that.
You did.
I said who sang with Barbara Dixon on the hit I Know Him So Well.
Oh, because you
Know
said him,
him,
so.
so-
Yeah.
Sorry.
What do
No,
you
no,
two first
Elaine
name
Page.
people, bro?
Yeah.
I'm seeing a pattern here, you know.
That's
It's
true.
mad,
I
it's
can
mad.
see it as well.
What did Jennifer Rush sing about the power of in 1985? John got that one.
I got that.
You gotta give that to me, bro.
That's a deep tune. though.
I said it first.
That's a big tune.
I'm gonna-
Every
I'm gonna-
mother played that
I don't
tune.
think I said it first, but I'm going to contest it because
Yeah.
I feel like I said it quick enough for me to have an argument. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
I
why
get it, I
that's
get
why
it.
I argue
No,
like
you said
we get a
that,
point
but I
each,
don't know.
but he didn't even have
I wanted to give both points, bro.
No,
Oh, when I
man,
wanted it before, then you
No,
said
but
no.
I think no.
Hey, don't aggravate John on you.
Yeah.
He's in two more.
I know.
Hey, listen. Big tree, mate.
Hey, he's turning Super Saiyan on us, cuz.
Literally.
Tree, mate.
There's levels.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna spoil Jonas still.
No, it was
Yeah,
definitely.
it was definitely
What's the
Jonas,
score
bro.
like?
It was Johnny, bro.
6-0.
No, I got a couple points.
I know,
bro.
I'm
Shut
joking,
up, bro.
joking.
It's like 5-2.
It's 5-2, bro. Yeah, it's
Is
5-2.
it? Yeah, I think so.
It's
Well,
5-2.
Roger will let us know in the edit. But
Yeah, I'm sure it's right.
I
Yeah.
think it's 5-2. cuz.
No, it's around that. I think it's around 4-2 or 5-2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 5-6.
Yeah. So, all right, cool. So number 10. Where did Madness say they were driving in 1982?
On the highway.
Highway to Hell.
Oh, on a highway, but what were they driving?
What were they driving?
Yeah.
A Mustang.
A taxi.
What was it called?
I don't know.
Jesse.
Car.
A car.
Yeah. I said it first.
Bro, I'm doing it for the road man out
Yeah.
here, bro.
Yeah. It was a car. Yeah, it was a car. All right, cool. Next one is which band headed by Mark Knopfler? Is it Knopfler?
I
Yeah.
don't even know the name. Bro. And he still got it.
Dire
You see
Straits.
what I said? This
Dire
nigga is
Straits.
reading questions and he don't even know the people's
No,
names that
I
he's
know the
reading.
group. I knew the band, but I should know the guy.
You don't know the names.
Dire Straits.
Yeah, it is. It is that
Sultans of Swing.
I love that song. That is a great song, bro. Like, yeah,
Sing
like,
it, bro.
Without
We are the Sultans.
We
Yeah,
are the Sultans. The Sultans.
Sultans of Swing.
Yeah.
Da-da-da. Yeah.
I know
Da,
you know.
da, da,
He's played it in his car. When I've been with him enough
Yeah,
time.
All right, you know it, man. Next question.
You know, it's a good tune.
You'll
know,
know,
you'll know.
I always mispronounce the name. The name always mispronounce it, bro.
So what, you playing this on cassettes or?
Aye, it's on. Aye, listen.
Oh, your Spotify's on
listen,
cassette,
listen. Listen, I'll tell you. Listen.
You know how did you know?
Listen.
Yeah, sorry. Go on.
Guitar Hero opened up many,
Yes.
like, it opened up. I used to do the hip hop rap, you know, them thing there and all that. Like,
He knows his friend, Jono.
gotta do that next
not
week,
stand the
yeah.
chart.
no, bro, I didn't do it. Bro, you won a round, bro. So what are you talking
There
about,
might
bro?
be surprising
Like,
ones where I know.
yeah, man.
Sorry.
Like, you won a round, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got you, man.
Sorry, man.
Told you,
Don't
like,
worry, man.
I wanted to broaden the knowledge,
Your
fam.
segment's staying, man. You don't worry, man. Alright, go on. Answer the next question. Let's hear it.
All right. Couple more. Only couple more left. We're done. All right. So, where were David Bowie and Mick Jagger dancing in 1985?
On the ceiling.
No.
To the beat.
No.
Oh no, dancing in the streets.
Yeah.
Dancing in the streets. Do. That's like the worst music video. That was in Family Guy.
Yeah.
And
It's like the worst music video
Yeah.
ever.
It wasn't great. Yeah, it wasn't that great.
as well.
Yeah, it was mad. It was mad.
That's just
Yeah.
act as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like Martha Reeves and the Vandellas, yeah. Dancing in the streets. Yeah.
So Jono's already won, isn't it?
Yeah,
Right,
won.
let's answer the last question.
Is there one more question?
There's two more.
Let's do that. What's the score?
I'm enjoying this.
What's yours?
It's 6.
Go on.
Yeah, 6-2 still. All right. So,
Yeah, I've won.
which former EastEnders and Heartbeat star had a hit with "Every Loser Wins" in 1986?
Don't know, don't care. That's just from me.
I
Don't
can't
know,
tell you
don't
about
give a shit.
EastEnders in the 80s. I was born in 1990 still.
Phil Mitchell.
No.
Martin
Grant
Former.
Mitchell.
It said former.
Former.
Current.
That's
Former.
that dot. Right, bro. Ian Bill.
No.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
I only remember
Peggy.
it because my
Peggy.
mum used to mention him, but it was Nick Berry.
Oh, I remember him.
See?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
My mum used to mention him a lot. Like,
Nicholas
so
Berry.
my mum used to watch it. All right, cool. Which two stars went from Ramsey Street to the top of the charts?
Neighbours, Kylie Minogue, Jason Donovan. Boom! That's the most comprehensive win. That's 7-2.
That was a good win still.
Thank you. Because
That was-
Kylie Minogue.
That was a
Well done.
decent win.
Danny
That was a good
Minogue.
one.
Nah, you
So
lost it.
what was that? 2-1?
Oh, we got to wrap this up.
2-1, man. Yeah, that was 2-1 still.
2-1
yeah,
to Jono, bro.
so
Well
Ash,
done, man.
Ash,
Man, yeah.
Well done,
and
man.
like, don't worry, I'll guide you next week. The L won't be handed to you, bro. Don't worry about
Well,
that.
I hope
Listen,
not.
I'll
I hope-
switch it up, yeah.
I hope we're not discussing
I kind of felt like,
music. And if we are discussing music.
Can we do classical
Can we
music
do
at some
hip-hop
point?
music?
That's to be
The thing
shared.
is, I saw it on classical music and I knew I couldn't do
Definitely.
it because you would absolutely destroy us,
Mate,
right?
you never know.
100%.
Well, you do.
Right,
yeah.
Ashley's full of surprises.
100%.
Yeah, I'm saying.
100%.
Right, are we wrapping this up?
So Ash, can you tell me a mad experience that happened?
So I gotta tell you something.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah, something embarrassing,
An
isn't it?
embarrassing moment, bro. An embarrassing moment. Don't worry. You don't have to mention any names or nothing. Just it can be quick. It can
I've
be
got
quick, bro.
quite a few embarrassing stories.
It can be quick. It can be quick.
I guess the most impactful one would be the one where I got slapped up by the year 11 girl when I was in year 8 and I was being disrespectful at school. So basically, I used to be quite cantankerous. So you get me? You men are both Caribbean, so you know that's not really a word, but we know what it means.
It is.
You get me? So I was quite cantankerous. So I was running my mouth to this girl, just cussing her. But she was a big girl for man, and obviously I didn't realise that there's a big difference between her at her stage and me at my stage at the time. So what she did, she gripped me by the top of my shirt, pulled me around the back of the, you got the school bus.
Sure.
When you go on trips, you go on dragged me behind the school bus. She slapped me a total of 8 times. Yeah, that was 4 front hands and 4 back hands in sequence. So it was,
Listen, I got slapped by a girl. I got slapped by a girl younger than me. Like it's
Same.
8 times,
Yeah,
bro.
it's very. It's not nice, man. And then the fact that you know.
you didn't lose, you don't have to tell the story.
Yeah. No, I know, but obviously it's like. You know what I'm saying, bro? But I'm not gonna say too much. You know what I'm saying, bro?
But yeah,
therefore,
that
it
was
was like, the fact that you can't do nothing. It was just like you couldn't really. Do you know what I mean? Like, because it's frowned upon to say you hit a woman.
Bro, what do you mean? I tried to bang her, bro. What are you talking about?
Because
I banged her.
she's
But
like,
you mean I was young, I
banged
still-
her
yeah.
a total of 4 times, bro. Yeah. And then I realised that my bangs didn't even itch her face. She was looking at me like,
you got banged up. Yeah. Sorry.
yeah. And then that was it. I just took my slap. Some next girls from year 9 came and said, they saved me. And yeah, bro, that was. I managed to make it out alive. You get me?
Yeah, bro.
That is quite embarrassing.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
very
it's-
embarrassing.
Because like being a guy and
Yeah.
Yeah, you get me?
But I praise your honesty. I love that because it was a similar situation. If I had to forfeit, like telling an embarrassing story, when I just got like
exactly.
slapped with a probably terrible chat. I'm sharing it anyway. Terrible chat line, but it's like getting like so violent, like drink on the face and like slapped by women like in a bar of like quite a lot of guys when they're all like trying to compete for this like.
Yeah.
Is that what actually happened to you?
Yeah, genuinely. In
See,
my
I don't feel like I
man,
love-
Mamam Jojo.
You men are good friends.
Oh yeah. Like, I'm, well,
You're not going to tell
you're
your
all good friends as well. You lot who are watching,
Of course, man.
because it was like
Because you
yeah,
lot stories
good
are a
to
little bit
share.
worse than mine. I
That
can't.
was
It's
Your thing
I just
happened.
revealed
Your
myself.
thing happened when you was an adult. You get me?
I was about
When was your
25.
thing?
Yeah.
You said you got slapped up by a girl younger than you. You get me?
That was yesterday.
My thing, I was in year 8 and the girl was year 11, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
Your thing, you two's thing was.
Whatever.
I don't care.
I would be more embarrassed to tell you that story.
Do you know what? I thought I lost a bet anyway because it was 2-1.
No, it was 2-1 to you. You won 2 rounds.
you won 2.
Oh, did I win one the other round as well?
You did.
Oh, I thought
you
you
won
won
the first and the last
But
round.
the 5-0.
Oh, because it wasn't 5-0.
It wasn't really 5, yeah.
You're
man.
still going on
Head
about that.
start
That
the
was
second time, yeah.
established. That was never
No, I
gonna
was so
happen,
happy.
right?
Nah, it wasn't never going to happen. If I pressured it, it would have happened. Don't do that. But
That
anyway,
makes sense, that
on
result,
that
doesn't
note,
it?
on that note, it's been good to see you, man. It's been
you
good to
too,
be
man.
back on. It's been good to see the lights, and it's been good to see the cameras, and it's been
Thank
good
you.
to have some
Oh,
action.
Roji
thank you
Media
as well.
LTD.
Big him up every single
Bro.
time.
Roji Media.
Roji
You
Media,
get me?
man.
Remember the name.
And the reason why we gotta
Please.
big him up is because he's doing amazing things.
Yeah.
He's not.
You really are.
He's
You're-
not
you're
normal.
fantastic.
He's abnormal.
Absolutely.
Nah.
You get
Different,
me?
bro.
He's
Different.
not
In the
ordinary.
most positive
he's
way.
extraordinary.
Yeah.
You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
exactly.
So honestly, Roji, you
we
are
have to big you up, my bro,
fantastic,
every single
yeah.
time.
Always,
Thank you for
thank you, man.
The things that
making
you
this
do.
happen.
Thank you so
it's not
much, bro.
normal.
Really
But
nice to
boys,
see everybody.
let's
Yeah,
close
thank
the
you,
show.
guys.
Who's gonna
Let's
close
close.
it? I think that Jono should do it because I think.
All right, well,
Yeah.
okay, I think we all close, but like, we'll pass it along here. But I just want to say thank you. I'm so grateful to God and just my friends, my family.
Bro, you ain't winning an award.
Well, I
man. Come on,
know,
man.
but like it feels
Right.
like it because just to say thanks is so important, and it's been really nice to just share these deep feelings with you guys and to open ourselves up to media and whatever this is. And I look forward to the next time. I can't wait. So thank you to you, Adrian. Thank you so much, brother. I love you so much, and Ashley, I love you so
Every
much, as
time,
you
man.
know, and
Every
Roji,
time.
love you, man. Like, thank you. It's a privilege. Some people can't make this happen because they can't afford it or they're just not in the position to. They've got mental health, whatever. So that's from me. You close as well now, and then Ashley.
Yeah, all right, cool. That's how we do it. If we do it together, all for one for all, isn't it?
Don't talk to me. Talk to
That's
me.
it. No, I just, Rumpy, thank you. Good to be back, man. Thank you to be sitting beside these two amazing people, and obviously my to grow and learn more from the amazing Roji as well, man. Honestly, just doing this thing as you said, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, and thank you for letting me, I'm gonna say, do my little bit. Obviously, the questions will come better next time. Don't worry about that. This
They
one,
were great.
I thought it came good. You know what I'm saying?
did your thing, man.
I'm
Do your thing.
gonna come with heat this next time. Don't worry.
Yeah,
It'll
just
be
make sure
heat.
it's not biased. You get
I ran off like I was biased, but yeah, no, but I just thought, this is smidge, but you surprised me, bro. You surprised
I won
me.
a round,
So,
didn't
yeah.
it? I won a round.
Yeah, what about you, fam?
All right, guys, thank you very much for
That's it.
tuning in. It's been a pleasure as always. What I need you guys to do is like, share, subscribe, and leave some comments at the bottom. Tell us what you think. Tell us your opinion. Tell us if you think the competition was biased. 'Cause I do. You get me?
I don't think it was at all. Yeah.
But as always,
it wasn't.
he's been Hawks. I've been Masters.
Thank you, guys.
And this has been Adrian Albert. Guys, thank you very much.
Cheers.
Peace, love.
See you soon.